Okay, this is our first devotional time that we're having for How I Met Life. And today, actually, I have on my heart to share a text that I was reading a couple of days ago. And it is from Romans chapter 5. It's one of those texts that I have read like probably 100, maybe 200 times in my life as a Christian. And I was reading it 2 days ago and it really struck me in some ways. So I'm going to read it out loud and then I'll just reflect a bit upon it a little bit more. It says the following: Therefore, having been justified by faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ, through whom also we have access by faith into this grace in which we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of God. Nowadays, people are a lot talking about peace, or rather talking about war. We have the tensions going on in North Korea and South Korea. We hear about rumors of war in the Middle East all the time happening, Syria, Iran, and all the tensions that are going on all over the world. And when I was reading it, and I said like, hey, the peace of God, this is not just something that is talking about war or rumors of war. It is talking, first of all, about what's going on inside of us. There is this song that I like to hear a lot. It's not a Christian song. It's from the singer called Adele. And she sings a song that's very profound, and it really reflects the spirit of this age, particularly of young people. The song is called When We Were Young, and in that song, she is singing about the fact that she is so restless, about the fact that she is aging. So in the chorus, she sings like, let's take a photograph of when we used to be young, because then at least that will stay forever with us. In fact, in Ecclesiastes 3, it also says that God put eternity in our hearts. It means that we somehow understand that we were made for eternity, but because we know that we are mortal, we are wrestling with that. So at the same time, we know that we can have the peace of God. Sometimes we say to people, the peace of God be unto you. But how often do we really experience that in our lives? When we are worrying about a child that's going astray, that's maybe not going to church anymore, or is not walking with the Lord, when you lose a job, or there's another situation where that is trying to steal your peace particularly. I think it's something really important to understand, that we were first of all justified by God through Jesus Christ, that really died for us, not because we were just sinners, because we think that we were like trash or something not important. If Jesus had to come down from heaven to come to this earth, it means that he was willing to pay such a high price because he valued you so much. So what we see on the cross is not just for everything that you did wrong. Obviously that is part of it, but it is because he values you so much that he was willing to do that for you. And if you put your faith and your trust and you surrender to God in that sense to it, you can experience this peace. Many people, I know young people particularly, they are looking for peace all over the place and they can't find it. They are on their cell phones all the time, looking at Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever, for hours and hours. And then when they're off it, they feel numb and still bored, wondering like if they can't find something for their restless soul. Well, Romans 5, Paul is saying very clearly that it is possible if we just surrender to God. And this is just a message that I would like to be really clear. This is something that I have experienced in my life that has been so amazing to see that happening. So I would like to encourage you today to read it for yourself, Romans 5, and see what it means for you, particularly you, to stand still and to really listen to your soul. Like, what is going on from the inside? If it's not the peace of God, then there is something more that you can still figure out. There is still something more that is waiting for you. That's what I wish for you. I hope you have a great day in God's presence.